Okay, my first comic show-off video. I don't have a whole lot, but this is my Amazing Spider-Man comic collection. My oldest issue is from 1965, issue number 31. The first appearance of Gwen Stacy and Harry Osborn. Had to nab this one. Got a great deal on it off eBay. Of course, the corner is missing on the cover, and there's like a tape residue on the side, but I got it for like $5, you know, and it's original. Here's this one. This is from '69, or I think it is. Yeah, early January of '69. Pretty cool. I mostly try and focus on, lately been focusing on issues between, 100 and 200. Gotta have a small goal. But here's issue 117. Issue 124, the first man-wolf appearance, which is JJ's son. Here's issue 127. I like the cover. Got a lot going on. I think it also, if I remember right, this is one of the first ones where you start to see that Harry is going to turn into the second Green Goblin. Here's one with the spider car, which I didn't really know a whole lot about until I started reading these comics. Here's one with the issue 134, the first tarantula. Another one with the spider car. This is issue 160. My collection, like I said, very few right now but my latest goal has been to 100 to 200 issues. Here's issue 161. This one's pretty cool. It has Nightcrawler. And here's 162. Nightcrawler again. This time has Punisher in it. This one is issue 166 from my friend Rich. Gave this to me as a Christmas gift. Many thanks. Also helped. That's an issue that kind of helped get me back into comic and wanting to get more of these Spider-Man comics. This one I've had for years. This is issue 179. Picked it up at a comic shop back at good old Lancaster Mall in Salem, Oregon, before it went out of business. This one I saw on eBay. Had to nab it just because I like the cover. Captain America going after Spider-Man. Turned out they were battling someone with the bubonic plague, and good old Electro ended up getting the bubonic plague or something. Here's the Amazing Spider-Man issue 252. This is the first time he appeared in the Amazing Spider-Man comic book with a black suit, which later turns out to be Venom. It's the symbiote suit. It originally first showed up in the miniseries Secret Wars, but this is the first time it showed up in Amazing Spider-Man. I have big jumps here. Now we're getting into what I have from when I was, let's see, I guess this one I bought at the same, comic book shop in Lancaster Mall. It was like a couple bucks. Turned out this is the first time you see Cletus Cassidy, which later becomes Carnage. Now these are the ones that I've started collecting as an adult, just picking up at the local stores, what have you. Issue 426. This is the start of bringing Dr. back to life. Issue 427, they bring him back to life. 428, he's running wild again. Then you have a small, then I skipped up to 432. This one, that's some glare I got going on here. Sorry about that. I can't even remember what this one's about. It's been a long time since I read these modern ones. Anyway, this one is, let's see, that was 432. This is 436. Whatever, something happened. It looked like Spider-Man got to take off some people's masks. 437. Spider-Man and one of the dudes from Generation X or whatever mutate. 438, Spider-Man and Daredevil. It's when someone plays some kind of, I remember it had like some kind of holograms or something to mess with people's minds, but didn't affect Daredevil since, well, he's blind. This one here, 439. I have a lot of people, I love the cover on this. You know, come on, how can you not love the cover on this one? But I've had a lot of people say that they just do not like the storyline in it because it kind of interrupts the flow of what's going on with the Spider-Man. I guess just kind of like a timeout issue, which I actually enjoyed. This one has a story of Spider-Man saving a girl from the sewers, but in the process he loses one of his web shooters, and they actually have a futuristic side story going on with the modern story going on, and these people are researching Spider-Man. They find one of his web shooters, and it just goes on about how he must have lost it, and the real story that we're reading about is how he lost it. Yeah, it's a great, I think it's great. Yeah. Issue 440. This is part of the Gathering of 5. They have that crossover with all the Spider-Man books at the time. Getting up to the end of what they were going to have as their final Spider-Man series, issues 1 or whatever. And then they're going to have that reboot, which they did for a while there. And then here's the first issue of the reboot, Spider-Man. First spectacular issue in 1999. Yeah, I wish I had the one from 1963. But it retells, you know, or I can't remember. It's just kind of, it said Legend Reborn. Here's this one. It's part, or issue 2 of the reboot. It really kind of dampened my feelings on the Spider-Man line when they, comic line books, when they did that. So here's issue number 12. I'd pick them up here and there, but you can tell my heart just wasn't in it anymore. Issue 20, issue 21, and then this one here, John. Does this look familiar? Good old John Navy, you know, movie John. Bought this off of him. Issue 36. It's the 9/11 tribute issue. Pretty cool. You know, it's sad story, or, you know, a sad issue, you know, but, you know, it's cool that Marvel Comics took the time out to, you know, give their due. And plus, the old style versus what the style of the header that was going on at the time, you know, goes back to the old school. Very nicely done. Then I don't know how long of a skip I had, but these are issues 512, 513, and 514. They started count back to normal sometime, and Well, this is part of the sins of the past, and this really just dampened my love of Spider-Man comics, and part of the reason why I'm only going to want to focus on issues 100 to 200, because that seemed to be more of the well, I'd love to get 100 to 0 to 100, but cost of most of those gets kind of crazy. But these three here, it gets into the point where Spider-Man had Gwen Stacy ended up sleeping with Norman Osborn and gave birth to twins that have superpowers, and yeah, it just kind of, yeah, it's like you don't mess with the Gwen Stacy storyline, you know. And then on top of that, to have her go do the wild monkey dance with Norman Osborn, that's just nasty. Well, those are my Amazing Spider-Mans. But I also have a couple. I'm just going to toss these in since I'm got this one I got back in the day, Venom Agenda. Come on, who doesn't like Venom? Unless you're talking about the one in the third movie, Spider-Man 3. That was horrible. Oh my gosh. And then this one, oh, this one's epic. Spider-Man vs. Wolverine, 1987. That's a must read. If you're a Spider-Man fan and a Wolverine fan, oh, you gotta. Okay, well, that's it for now. Hope you enjoy.